Friends, in this video, we will discuss about important personalities of modern Indian history, and this topic is extremely important for the examination. Every year there will be one question from this topic. So we will try to cover all the important personalities that UPSC has asked again and again in last 25 years. So do listen to this lecture carefully. Try to see this at least twice so that you can memorize all the facts and figures. Let's begin. The first important personality is Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, first of all, established a Atmiya Sabha. Atmiya Sabha he established in around 1815, and then he made Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj stood for a movement against idolatry, against casteism, caste restrictions, untouchability. It wanted to have monotheism instead of polytheism. Okay, so for all this, Brahmo Samaj stood. And then it got bifurcated into many parts like Sadharan Brahmo Samaj, Adi Brahmo Samaj, and different and so forth. Okay, his primary work for which he got recognition throughout the country and even worldwide was his campaign for uh, sati against sati, which was an extremely abhorrent practice that was going on in the Indian society. So that led to Bengal sati regulation in the 1829. His important literary works includes Upanishad translations, Tuhafat ul Muwahideen, Vedanta. These are all important works that he had written. Okay, newspapers you all know, Sambat, Kaumudi, etc. But these are important books that UPSC may ask. About his ideology, he was an internationalist. He was not per se a person who wanted to have ideology of ultranationalism, etc. He was an internationalist. He was supporting even the people who are suffering across the world. So this was his ideology, and he wanted to have a scientific temper also in the people of India, which should be inculcated with the Vedic knowledge as well. Now let's talk about E.V. Ramaswamy Nekar, popularly called as Periyar. Okay, so he started a self-respect movement which was founded in 1926 for uplifting the Dravidians, and he campaigned against Hindu orthodoxy a lot. Then he went on to form Justice Party. He was elected president in 1938. He advocated separate Dravid Nadu state as well. His important publications includes Kudiya Raso, Revolt, Pagutha, Rivu. The main thing how this self-respect came is that they organized marriages without priest and rituals, etc. They try to form an alternative cultural system to uplift people. Now, Ishwar and Vidyasagar, a question came last year also on Ishwar and Vidyasagar, and he is a very important figure. His name Vidyasagar is because he worked a lot for the education of specifically girls students. He fought against the practice which was not allowing widow to remarry, and he championed Hindu Widow Remarriage Act 1856. He promoted education for girls. Bethune School, he was the secretary, and also he opened more than 50 schools for the girls. His literary works included Betal Panchavinshati, Borthodoi, Borno Porichai. ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं you need to remember. Next important personality is Jyotiba Phule. He stood for uplifting the untouchables, and he opened schools for untouchables as well as girls. He started Satya Sodak Samaj, which tried to organize lower caste against discriminations. His most important book is Gulamgiri, where he compared the conditions of Indian untouchables with the slaves of the United States of America. He also wrote Brahmanache Kasab and Sarojini Satya Dharma, etc. as well. Next important personality is Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. He started a Aligarh movement which tried to promote modern education for Muslims, and he also established scientific society which translated works into Urdu. uh, and he founded that Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, which is now known as Aligarh Muslim University, founded in 1875. His writings include Asarus Sanadid and Asabe Bhagavate Hind. These are important books. He also started a couple of newspaper as well. Now we will see Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He gave this slogan, famous slogan, "Swaraj is my birthright." ठीक है, and he also worked a lot to enlighten Indian through his journalism. He published Kesari and Maratha newspapers. He was imprisoned for 6 years in Mandalay. है ना? If you remember, I had talked in revolutionary movement about this incident, why he went to the jail. Just watch that video as well. His other writings include like Arctic Home of Vedas, Gita Rahasya, on which UPSC had asked question in 2018. Okay, now we will see Lala Lajpat Rai. His nicknames were Punjab Kesari, Lion of Punjab, militant leader with Tilak. He was a militant leader. There was a trio, Lal Bal Pal. है ना? Lal was Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Pal was Bipin Chandra Pal. Okay, he was involved in movements like Swadeshi, Non-Cooperation, Quit India. है ना? He wrote a lot of books like The Story of My Deportation, Arya Samaj, Young India. Okay. Next important personality, Shaheed Azam Bhagat Singh, and you all know that he was one of the foremost revolutionaries of India. He rejected non-violence, embraced armed revolution, and he was martyred at the age of 23 in 1931. And his legacy included that he stood against the wrong even in the jail. He went for hunger strike for more than 100 days, and that showed his resilience. He founded the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. He was actively involved in establishing societies like Naujawan Bharat Sabha, like for educating youths. He wanted that youth should know about all the things what is happening. He also actively read about the left ideologies and books, but he also was deeply inspired by Swami Vivekananda. That shows his vibrant ideology and vibrant mindset. He also was a very good student, and he fared very well in during his college days, etc. And I am telling all this because there can be a statement on Naujawan Sabha, etc., and on his involvement in education, etc., that you need to know apart from his revolutionary activities, which everybody knows. Next is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I will start from Netaji's journey. He got fourth rank in ICS. He decided not to continue. Then he came and he took participation in non-cooperation movement. He became the member of not member. He became a CEO or something of Calcutta Municipal Corporation. He started a women corp in Indian Youth Congress, and then he went on to become the Indian National Congress president. Independence of India League also he founded along with the Jawaharlal Nehru. He became first president with the wish of Mahatma Gandhi. Then he decided that he will contest the election because it's his right, which was not supported by Mahatma Gandhi, which led to a Tripuri crisis. Then he resigned. He founded a forward bloc, which was within the Congress first of all, and then he went on to form Indian National Army, Azad Hind Fauj, to fight Britishers. He was a revered leader. He was a very famous leader. His popularity was second to none at that point of time. He was a deeply intellectual. He wrote a lot of books like Tarunir Swapn in Bengali, and he had a conception about India, that India which will which will be industrialized and which will be forward looking. He also broadcasted uh, to address Indian masses in via Radio Berlin, and he only said Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation, for the first time, and Gandhiji reciprocated by saying patriot of patriot. है ना? He was his death is a mystery. Still, it is a mystery that what happened uh, did he died in the crash or not? And there are lots of conspiracy theories as well about Netaji's death. However, his legacy is formidable. He was the one who started a all women regiment when still we are struggling. He started back then. He was way ahead of his time in terms of his, and he was much younger to even Jawaharlal Nehru. He was very young leader, very dynamic leader, and his mindset, where he used to plot everything like like a grandmaster, was something which even Britishers used to admire. They were not able to catch him, not able to understand what his second next move would be. It's extremely fascinating how his mind worked. The next personality is B.R. Ambedkar, and you all know that he stood for uplifting the untouchables, and he called for annihilation of caste. He said that caste is beyond repair and it cannot be. And he stood against Gandhiji, who supported Varna system. He said no, and he said this is beyond repair. This is making Indian society backward. We have to remove this. It cannot be repaired. Caste system has to be annihilated. Okay, in Pune Pact, I had talked about Pune Pact, in which communal award was given. Then joint electorate was established with a pact which was mediated by Madan Mohan Malviya. He started a new sect of Buddhism, Navayan Buddhism, okay, to renounce Hinduism, and he wrote a lot of books. He wrote a lot of books on economy, on Indian rupee, and everything. And then he also wrote on annihilation of caste, Buddha and his dharma. A lot of a finest intellectual had done multiple PhDs and had written so many diverse books, and has worked a lot. After the independence, he started Republican Party as well. So and his work in the making of constitution, you all know. Okay. Sarojini Naidu is the next personality. She was known as Nightingale of India, and she was a renowned poet called Bharat Kokila. She was a big freedom fighter, participated in Salt March, civil disobedience movement. She was first women governor of India. She was appointed governor of United Provinces in 1947. She also became the president of Indian National Congress, and she was a giant of intellectuals. She has written lots of books. Lots of books she has written, and she represented Indian women across the world, and the culture of India. So her contribution is formidable. So this was the lecture. I try to cover all the important personalities through this lecture. Try to memorize all the facts that I have mentioned. A question will be asked this year as well. Thank you very much. Take care. Best wishes.